right, let's talk about something I know drives people crazy, a slow system. Today, we're going to put on our detective hats and get to the bottom of system slowdowns in Dynamics 365 Business Central. We'll show you exactly how to find the problems and keep your system running like it should. You know the feeling, right? You're trying to get something done, maybe post an invoice or just run a simple report, and the system just hangs. It's that spinning wheel of death that just eats away at your productivity and, let's be honest, your patience. So here's our game plan. First, we'll unpack the whole mystery of system slowdowns. Then, we'll get into the tools, starting with how to diagnose a problem using the profiler. After that, we'll talk about preventing issues with the performance toolkit, and finally, we'll see how this all adds up to building a real culture of performance. All right, first up, let's tackle the problem head-on. For so many of us, system performance can feel like this total black box. When things get slow, you have no idea why. It's frustrating because you can't fix what you can't see. And make no mistake, this is way more than just a little inconvenience. A slow system is a genuine business problem. It slows down your operations, it frustrates your team, and it can bring critical work to a grinding halt. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a developer to figure this stuff out anymore. Microsoft has given us a detective's toolkit that puts the power to find the culprit right in your hands, whether you're a user, an admin, or a consultant. Let's dive into our first tool. It's called the In-Client Performance Profiler. I love this analogy. Think of it like a stethoscope for your system. It lets you listen in on any process in real time and hear exactly where the trouble is. Now, it's really important to understand that there are two main tools for two different jobs. The Incline Profiler is reactive. Any user can fire it up to figure out why something is slow right now. The Performance Toolkit, or BCPT, is proactive. That's more for admins and consultants to stress test the system and prevent problems before they even start. We'll get to that one in a bit. The absolute best thing about the In-Client Performance Profiler is how accessible it is. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need any special developer tools. It's just there, built right into Business Central, waiting for you to capture a slow process and see what's really going on. And it couldn't be easier to use. Seriously, it's 4 simple steps. You just search for the profiler and open it. You click Start, you do the thing that's slow, open that page or post that document. Then you click Stop. Boom, you've got the data. And the second you hit Stop, the results pop up. There's no waiting around. The profiler just lays it all out, showing you exactly where every single millisecond was spent. All the guesswork is gone. The results are just so clear. Take a look at this example. Right away, you see that a particular app is taking up 2,000 milliseconds. And if you look closer, you can pinpoint the exact piece of code, this code unit called SD slow process, that's responsible for almost the entire 2-second delay. And just like that, you've gone from a vague feeling of, the system is slow, to having concrete proof. You know the exact app, the exact object causing the pain. You can download that results file, email it to your developer, and completely change the conversation. It makes getting a fix so much faster. Okay, so we know how to react to problems, but what about getting ahead of them? That's where our second tool comes in, the Performance Toolkit, or BCPT. The best way to think about this one is as a proactive fire drill for your system. You test for weaknesses before they can cause a real emergency. And this is a huge deal. As Microsoft MVP Stefano Demigliani puts it, BCPT is fantastic for finding regressions. Now, a regression is just a fancy word for when something that used to be fast gets slower after an update or a change. This tool is your #1 defense against that happening. So how do you use it in the real world? Well, let's say a big Business Central update is on the horizon. First, you run a bunch of performance tests on a copy of your current system. That gives you a baseline. Then, you spin up a new copy with the upcoming version, run the exact same tests, and compare the results. This chart shows exactly the kind of thing you'd find. Look at this. In the current version, posting a sales order takes a totally reasonable 1.5 seconds. But after the upgrade, that same action suddenly balloons to almost 5 seconds. That is a massive regression. Finding this before it hits your live system is a total lifesaver. So let's zoom out and talk about the big picture. Because these tools aren't just about technical fixes, they're about creating a culture of performance. Understanding that system speed is fundamental to how your business runs. So what's the real payoff here? It's huge. You can find problems in your own customizations. You can catch those regressions from Microsoft updates before they cause chaos. You can even simulate what happens when tons of users are on the system at once. It all leads to smarter collaboration and lets you approach every upgrade with total confidence. And the great thing is, you're not going at this alone. Microsoft is absolutely committed to performance. A little while back, they released something called the Faster Data Stack to speed up extensions. Then they rolled out memory optimization so you could scroll through massive lists of records. The tools we've been talking about are just the latest step in that ongoing mission. A great way to think about it is this. It's like having your own personal system administrator and database admin living right inside the cloud, always there, helping you find ways to optimize and improve. So the next time your system feels like it's dragging, just remember, you have the tools to be the detective. Your system is constantly telling a story about its performance through data. The only question left is, are you ready to listen?